There we go. For some reason, OBS just disconnected. Am I being heard now? Is everything good? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I don't know how to edit things together, but whatever. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. All right. Huh. Yeah. The OBS just disconnected for no reason. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. As I was saying, though, this is a very cozy game for me, and I'm gonna get all the sculptures and stuff like that. Yeesh. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I do need that. Yeesh. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that is not supposed to be moving like that. Sorry about that. Oh. Huh, that's gonna make my archives a little bit annoying, but I'll keep them together. Yeah, I was ready for the other dungeon item that's also stable, since I think... Well, actually, what... Yeah, it was in the first game, right? It's been a while. You get the compass. It tells you where the boss is and where you point. It's actually kind of handy originally in the first time you go into the game, but when you played it enough, you kind of know which point of the room is where. Hold on. Heard something. Anyway, we're done in here. After that annoying disconnect. So yeah, Ocarina of Time. It came out and it was amazing. It was a wonderful time to be alive. All these graphics, aren't they amazing? Let's see, that's all there. Cannonball! This is what happens when you mess it up like that. Now, hello. If you block them... No, wait, if you do this. You get them to give you some sticks, and I'm gonna get a couple of these. Because I'll use the stick to take care of the boss. Alright, let's climb up here. That's the one, there's another one down there, and another one down there. Yeah. Right now, in this point of the game, we can only get 3 Skulltulas. Or gold Skulltulas, that is. But I think there's like 5 of them in this dungeon, if I recall correctly. Now, I'll be getting those mostly to get the adult wallet. Well, the giant wallet ASAP, before I start doing another quest. It's the most efficient way to do it. Climbing up the stairs. Hoping I don't encounter any bears. Another thing I like, though, in the Redux version, which is, admittedly, doesn't do anything special, but Link, when you use another tunic, will actually change to the color tunic as a kid. Which is something I'll be using, because I'll be having him wearing red. Because, you know, that's just how I do things. Yeah, I'm down here. Originally supposed to get this one through some different means, but I tend to get it always like this. Oh, hey there. Oh no, wait. There's another method you're supposed to get this one. Go up here. Skulltula token. Also the compass, and then this one lets you know how many you have of that. Let's see. Let's burn this. Originally I think you're supposed to like get a boomerang for that one or use that, but you know, I always do it like this. This is the last culture that can get this one. Okay, that was more simple than I thought. Maybe I was just so thinking it as a kid. Yeah, that's all the sculptures can get in this one. The other ones, the last 2, you can't get until later. Anyway, the most important bit is that we got fire. Fire, fire, fire. Ah, fuck! One thing I kind of might have to set later down the road are the dead zones on the D-pad. Okay, beavers. That was butthead. Oh no, my stick burned. Now it's gone. Hey there. Reveal your secrets to me, wild fiend. Please spare me, master. I'll never do that again. Do it again. Do what? You'll never beat my brothers. Oh yeah? Basically, he's telling the order is 2, 3, 1. So 23 is number 1, dude. No, it is more well, I don't know, you shot out a heart. Oh, you're right. How do we open this one? Well, you poke that thing in the eye. Okay, do it again, I wasn't looking. Alright, this... Needs to... Whoa! Indeed, indeed. Now, for how long I will do this? When I have a little bit of checkpoints here and there I'm gonna probably doing. Go here, push the button. But I think today's session will be probably the shortest one. Come on, I hate waiting for this thing. Alright, let's move on. As a kid, I didn't realize you could just do this. Hello. Ah, if you're too close into that, he will counter you. So you have to mind your spacing. Money. Okay, I know how to use my arms. But then again, first timers, this is important. On repeat playthrough, yeesh. And yeah, the push and pulling is a lot quicker in this one. Because remember that taking fucking forever. Oh great. Well, might as well get a full stock of these. 10 right now is the maximum. But it wasn't until like a couple of playthroughs later that I learned that you could actually, you know, increase the amount of sticks you carry. I do recommend getting the sticks and nuts upgrade. Oh, hey there. Yeah, if you hit them in the front, they just bounce around like that. There we go. Oh yeah, this is one of the enemies that freaked the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Okay, this is the area where I can come later on. I thought that the Gomos would be... Oh, there we go. Those are the Gomas. Fuck enemies that you kind of have to deal with. And then, like I said, as a kid, they creep the fuck out of me because big eyes. So we kind of can see what the heck is the thing that's causing all the problems in here. It's the mama. Oh, mama. Ah. Okay, I need more nuts. Okay, I don't need any more nuts. Alright, go here. I thought I'd here. Hey there, pretty mama. I mean, I did enjoy Johnny Bravo as a kid, just mostly because I saw that guy getting the smack shit out of it. But in certain ways, while he was always hating on the ladies, he was a gentleman. He was a bit of a gentleman about it. Although it's easier to learn to say no for an answer. It's kind of a pity. It's when you look at the shows when you were a kid that you realize the better quality of the writing. You'd be surprised by how many of the older Disney shows like DuckTales and the Chip and Dale actually have pretty better writing than you expect anyway. You. 23 is number 1. Alright, your turn. You can also speed up a project by knocking on them. I didn't know a secret? Well, your heart shitting friend told me it. I mean, what? Queen Goma. Coup de grace. While she's stunned. Okay, how do I stun her? Poke her in the eye. Lovely. The first boss. This boss also freaked me out because I'm not really good with certain types of insects, especially ones like that. Oh, okay. Oh, there she is. Where are you? That's the Goma, Queen Goma. Parasitic armored arachnid Goma. Ah, damn it. Yes, usually. Now I have to shoot it down. Yeah, like I said, it's just, I don't know why. It more freaked me out than anything. There we go. 3 aqua slices like that, and you kill her. You just both hit her with her eyes, but you know, I just do it like that. Yeah, one of the most grossest insect for me is a cockroach, but I also seen them in Japan. Oh yeah. As a kid, I once didn't know what that. I completely missed this heart and went out. But our containers in Extend Live. Was ready for some plot dump. And with that, we have lifted the curse on the Great Echo Tree. So let's get the hell out of here. Short, simple dungeon. Like that intro dungeon should be, but this also sets the mood. I think this game is like 70% dungeons. Thank you. Please, I don't want to go back in there. Courage, I just went in there and started to bug bust. You look a little bugged. Will you listen? No. He's like, oh come on. Every time I say no to him, he's like, oh come on. Hey, that's just mean. So he was cursed by some dude with a receding hairline. This is the first time they actually gave Ganon a human form before he becomes Ganon. What would you call him? Would you call him Laurice or something like that? No, his name is Ganondorf. Ganondorf Dumar. I don't know why they call him Dumar, but his full name is Ganondorf Dumar. So the Triforce. He wanted the Triforce. This is one step with the goddess plot and religion around Zelda, which, you know what, I actually do like that more than originally when it wanted to have Christianity as the main thing. So the 3 creation goddesses that we have here, we have Din, goddess of power, Neri, goddess of wisdom, and fariy, goddess of courage. Right now they're just golden statues. The world creation myth. You know what? This is actually not bad. But after they create Hyrule, they kind of merge into another one with the goddess Hylia, who later on becomes a reincarnation. This scene was quite impressive back then. Oh yeah, it was. And the spirit of law to the world. So she basically is the reason we have gravity. We uphold the law. It's like visually, it's yeah, it is. It is really visually impressive. But like nowadays, it kind of looks blocky. But back then, yeah, 1997. Oh god, this was good. it was more the FMVs that Final Fantasy 7 had more go for it, but this was really high. But this was actually partially that this is all rendered in game, with the game's assets. That's what impressed upon. And here we have these giant Toblerone bars, basically containing the goddess's power after they departed the world, and also they merged together to become Hylia. That is why it was impressive back in the day. Yep. Suffer the menace, wicked. Yeah, about that. Wait a minute, I already lifted, of course. You gonna die anything? So yeah, he basically was dead, but he didn't, want to die with a bunch of bugs in his body. The Princess of Destiny. Well, that sounds convenient. Oh no, it's gonna throw a stone at me. Now this game went from 60-bit to 30-bit, early 90s game for all 16-bit, but 1996. 32 bits, and that's also when they started with 3D models and polygons. I mean, the technical leap from 1990 to 2000 was amazing with how much gaming graphics and all that stuff advanced. Nowadays, when you go like from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, the increase is some, but nowhere near as incremental as it was back then. That's why it's kind of like, I don't really feel that upgrading immediately to the newest console when that stuff comes out is necessary. The only reason I got the Switch 2 when it came out is because I had the finance and my old Switch is kind of starting to show its age. And there's quite a bit of performance issue between Switch 1 and Switch 2, but it didn't feel that way with the PlayStation 4 and 5. Although, the only reason I got a PlayStation 5 is that I won it through a raffle because I donated to money. Nowadays, yeah, I don't want things to be too realistic. That's why I enjoy like anime games and certain games with certain aesthetics. It just, if I want real life, I'll look outside and have to deal with a lot of real life. Anyway, apparently Mario blames us for the Deku Tree dying. We have to kind of get going. Let's see. I would ask how long I've been streaming, but let's see. I think I'm roughly about 40 minutes. I can go a little bit further. So I'm gonna grab one more thing, and then I might actually call it a session here, because the next session will be more meatier. Also, I'm a little bit exhausted. Oh. Yes, I am. Me going outside with back in my back. It's realistic around here. I need my game seems to be this realistic. Okay. That's mean. We'll be friends forever, won't we? Yeah, you're gonna forget about me in 7 years. What, you gave me a loaf of bread? Actually, this is Ocarina. This is the fairy Ocarina. It glows. My hand! Visually, I prefer the games that are not too realistic aesthetically, mainly because in those games now they're... And basically, if a game that aims for realism visually, once I've seen every game that kind of art style are very... Yeah. I noticed that we have the power, the graphical power, and all that stuff. I like games with more interesting aesthetic and certain styles over realism. It's one of the reasons I'm not impressed by like Call of Duties or games that like see every pore on this guy's face. I'm like, no, I don't want to see a guy's pores. I was sort of peaked with this. Yeah. Like, we aren't getting that enough increase between PS5 and Switch 2, because Xbox is on. Also, Pokemon. Yeah, no, a lot of things are taking their 10th birthdays. We got 30 Pokemon. Zelda's turning 40 this year. Diablo turned 30 this year. Oh, and I'm turning 40 this year. Uh-oh. Although I won't be doing that too many voices. There is 2 characters I have to do voices for. Ah, and here we have, as you see on the D-pad over there, this is the Redux version that lets you just push the button and put this up. It'd be kind of funny if you could do this like this, or how about... I still yeah. So, let's see. Idea of ray tracing is integrating sort of games that use a shortcut for devs so they don't have to do half the work assigned to line shading. Yeah. Let's go here.
Hoot hoot! Look up here! It appears that the time has come finally for you to start your adventure.
What the fuck are you?
You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest of times, but I wouldn't want to be you anyway. Go straight this way and you'll see the Hyrule Castle. It's the big grey block. What do you mean they're all grey? You'll meet the princess there. If you are lost and don't know which to go, look up on the map. You do know how to read, don't you? What do you mean raised by T? The areas you explore will be shown on the maps. Press start, and the submenu press C or R to find the map. You know what the letters are. On my sub screen, you can't press red. Did you get all that?
No, I don't know why for Kibora. I don't know why they flip the yes or no on it, but first time heard. Yeah, exactly. But this is always one thing that gets you when it's speed runnings. Yes, I got all that.
Alright then, I'll see you around. Hoot hoot. Now watch out, I'm about to drop a massive loaf.
Kibora. I think this is their first appearance. Yes. Now usually after I assign the Ocarina to one of the C buttons, but because I'm using the Redux version, it is on the D-pad, because the D-pad was hardly ever used for any game on the Super Nintendo. Or the Nintendo 64. The only 2 games I can think of are, if I recall correctly, are Mischief Makers and another 2D game. But I know it's been a bit short, but I'm actually going to call it a session here, because next time it's going to be a lot meatier. I'm going to go to Hyrule Castle, going to do a little bit running around, and then I'm going to do the next dungeon. But I think it's good to have it in between dungeons. 64. Oh, did it. I'll have to remember that. But for now, let me see if I can rate anyone. Like I said, I was going to keep it a short session for today. I could go over there, but I don't want to drag 2 things too much, and honestly, I'm a little bit tired. Let's rate Uncle. Rate Uncle. Silver. And, let's see. Let's make our rate hashtag. Our rate hashtag should be... Got a fairy. Got a fairy. Let's make our rate hashtag got a fairy. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with a longer session of Ocarina of Time. And you all have a good evening and a good one.